Nah, we're back. It is Friday and I'm back in LA. As you guys know, those of you who have been watching the past few vlogs, I've been in Miami for the past few days on a trip with FaZe. It was a business trip, making a little bag out there, but I'm back in Los Angeles finally, and I really haven't been on social media that much the past few days. So I came back to LA and I hopped on and checked all the news and stuff, and I saw that Liver King got exposed for being on steroids. Now, probably a lot of you guys don't even know who the Liver King is. I'm just going to talk about him because I've known him for a long time. I've never met him personally, but me and him have been going back and forth in DMs on all different kinds of social media platforms for a long time, way before the Liver King was famous. I personally really gravitated toward his message, and he started talking to me. He would message me and help me out with stuff and give me tips and stuff. And I just want to say that me personally, I have known that guy is on steroids since the moment I laid eyes on him, okay? I've known about steroids for a long time. I have plenty of friends who are bodybuilders and who use steroids, who use testosterone very often, and I've seen them do it in front of me too, you know? So I'm actually very familiar with a lot of stuff. It very much interests me, and like I said in a vlog not too long ago, I'm all about doing everything that I can to keep my testosterone levels as high as possible, my libido as high as possible, because again, I have a very hot girlfriend. But regardless of sexual activity, it's just also really important for a man to have good, healthy testosterone levels, because it gives you motivation and it helps you feel like an all-around man. So the reason why I'm talking about this today is because I'm actually headed to the doctor right now to get a blood test to get my testosterone levels checked. I do this every 3 to 6 months. I only started doing it this year, but first time I went into the doctor's office, they actually found out that I was pre-diabetic, which is kind of fucking crazy. I had no idea that was going on, but I was just eating way too much sugar, and again, I was going for a crazy bulk, and yeah, let my blood value slip a little bit, and I'd originally gone in just to check my testosterone, wanted to see where that was at. They also found out that my free testosterone was super low, which is a whole different topic. I don't even want to get back into that, but today, we're going back to the doctor's office to get checked out after taking these last few months to really try and better my health by cutting down on body fat, raising my insulin sensitivity, all that good stuff. So bottom line, I just wanted to say that one, I've known that Liver King is on steroids. I didn't know exactly what he was on until Derek, More Plates, More Dates, made that video, and I think he's on 600 milligrams of testicipionate a week and some D-Bol and a bunch of peptides and stuff too. I honestly personally thought that he was on a lot more than he is. And bottom line, regardless, all that aside, I just wanted to say that regardless if he is on steroids or not, he has been a huge inspiration to me personally, and he's been really dope by always talking to me and giving me feedback, advice, literally anytime I message him. And I know that you guys on YouTube aren't fully aware of that, but I have made a couple of TikToks of me just showing my DMs on Instagram with Liver King and stuff. And yeah, I don't know, he's made a huge positive impact on my life, and I'm always gonna support the dude, whether or not he's juiced out of his fucking mind or not. But regardless, like I said, I've always known this, even though I didn't know for sure. Now everybody knows for sure. The dude looks juiced out of his mind. I mean, me personally, I have never injected testosterone into my body. I've also never taken any kinds of injectable steroids or oral steroids, but I would be lying to you guys if I said that I didn't look forward to a day where I am going to do those things. I'm not 100% certain that I'm going to mess around with steroids at some point in my life, but I've definitely thought about it a ton. I'm not going to do it anytime soon because I want to make sure that my reproductive organs are all Gucci. I've heard some horror stories of people doing this stuff and they can't have kids anymore, which, as rare as it may be, is not something that I'm trying to miss out on. So I will be having kids. And then after that, if I'm still down, I would really love to try a higher dose of testosterone and see how I feel, and maybe mix in some anabolics. But again, this may be a stupid decision that I end up not doing when I'm older. This is just me after a few years of researching this stuff and talking with people about it. But again, I ain't doing this anytime soon. I don't encourage anybody out there to do it, but it is something that I think about. And it's interesting, bro. It's super interesting. One more thing. A lot of people are flaming the Liver King because they say that he is using his steroids to sell people his supplements, saying that if you buy his supplements, you're going to get as jacked as him, even though he's on steroids. When he never once ever fucking said that shit, bro. He has been preaching to better your life. He preaches these ancestral tenets where it's like things like get some sun and get some cold and get some exercise. And it's just very simple things that people should be doing on a daily basis. And if you do those things, you can slowly start to better your life over time. I've never heard the motherfucker once say in my entire existence of knowing him, in a video or to me personally, that if you buy these supplements, that they're gonna juice you up and make you massive. So I don't know. I think people are kind of giving him a hard time when in reality, all he does is try to help people. And I know a lot of people are upset that he lied, and that's completely fine. Me personally, I'm not upset that he lied because he never fooled me for a second. I never thought that he was not on steroids. I always knew, so I never felt lied to, and I always understood the reason why I assume he was never fully honest about his steroid use is because it was probably going to cut out a large advertising bag for him. A huge portion of a social media personality like Liver King's money comes in from advertising, just like me. And when you do things that aren't acceptable by advertisers, whether or not they hurt you or somebody else, you know, you're gonna get a lot of money cut out of it. So I always assumed that he just didn't talk about the steroids and stuff because he was afraid of that cutting out a bag for him. And you know, I think that's respectable, you know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I think that's respectable is because even me, I make a shit ton of money off of, you know, doing brand deals and stuff. And there's one little thing that I do from time to time that brand advertisers absolutely fucking hate, even though it's not even close to as bad as something like alcohol, for example. But I will never talk about it. And if anybody asks me about it, I will deny because it gets in the way of the bag. And the bag is so important, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, you don't want to do anything that hurts somebody else to get the bag. That's never okay. But get your bag, whether you are stripping or doing OnlyFans, or whether you are like absolutely hustling every single day to try and get the bag. Get your dollar. I can't explain to you guys how important money is in this life that we live. And I've always had a little bit of a bad relationship with money. I kind of saw money as like evil, as dirty. You know, and even though I was making a shit ton of money, I was like, you know, I'm happy that I'm making this money, but I don't want to try and make even more money because that's bad. And then just over the past few years, through people who actually have a really good mindset on money, have taught me that money is, you know, community building. It's a good thing. You want to make money so you can, you know, build houses for your families or build community centers or build gaming rooms or build schools, you know, whatever it may be. So it is, don't get it twisted, you know, don't let anybody tell you something different. It is very important to get the bag. And this brings me back to, I've always assumed that Liver King was, you know, trying to not touch on this topic because he was afraid that it would cut off some of the bag for him and his family, which I think is understandable. Again, if you want to be pissed at the dude, go for it. I'm not going to tell you that you're not valid to be mad at the guy. I just wanted to share how I feel about him. And yeah, not because I feel like I should defend him. He just had a big impact on my life. And this vlog at the end of the day is just me talking about whatever the hell I want to talk about, man. Like, I think it's beautiful how awesome these vlogs have been received by you guys. I'm making an illegal U-turn right now. And yeah, it's making me just feel like myself. It makes me feel like I can do anything, talk about anything I want to in these videos. And that's just what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say on this topic. And yeah, I'm about to go get my blood test. So again, if you don't like blood, click off the video. All right, we just got our blood test done. The lady didn't let me film inside, which is probably for the best, because who the fuck wants to see that blood stuff anyway? I must be a weirdo, because I'm always interested in that stuff. I think it's super interesting. But yeah, so I did the test. I'm not gonna get the results for a little while, but I would love to share the results with you guys whenever I do get them, and then go over every last little detail. And yeah, now I'm just excited to eat some food, because in order to take a blood test, you have to fast. And I'm pretty used to fasting, as I've been doing it for the past like 3 months, just to like lose weight and stuff. I fast, you know, for like 16 hours, 18 hours, and then I'll get into my meals and eat all my calories during that little eating window or whatever. But yeah, I did a super long fast today. My last meal was yesterday at like 11 in the morning in Nashville, and it's 2 p.m. right now here in California, which means it's like 4 p.m. in Nashville. So I'm well over a 24-hour fast, and I'm gonna go home. I already went grocery shopping. I'm gonna make some steaks, and just kind of relax, guys. It's been a really good trip, a really successful trip. I think in my next video, I'm going to explain to you guys exactly how much money I made on this trip and show you guys kind of like the contract with the brand and explain to you guys like what kind of posts I did and stuff, because that's all super interesting stuff. And I don't think a lot of social media influencers like really talk about that or share that information. So I think I'm gonna make that my next video. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I really love that you guys have been enjoying these vlogs. I feel like we have a small little like coalition group of homies that are all just on the same wavelength. Or maybe I'm wrong and maybe I'm just, either way, I don't know. I like making these videos now. They're fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat food. I'm hungry. Later.